As I've said before, one of the things that I loved about Legends was how they mostly, for the most part, many of the independent Legends writers would take care of the Jedi Council members who were not in future films. So, for instance, in The Phantom Menace, Yaddle and Yaro Poof were on the Jedi Council, but in Attack of the Clones, Yaddle and Yaro Poof are not on the Jedi Council, and Shaak Ti and Coleman Trevor have replaced them. So in Legends, they made stories where Yaro Poof was killed on a mission and Yaddle was also killed on a mission. Took care of those two. And explains why Shaak Ti and Coleman Trevor have replaced them. Whereas in canon, Yaddle was unaccounted for. Like, it just says that she took a less active role. Whereas Yaddle Poof, I think they said he died, but I mean, who knows? If they change their minds, because they always change their minds in this new canon. And so yeah, that's what I liked about Legends a lot, is how they managed to tie up the loose ends. Obviously, they also killed Operancisis in Legends. Explains why he's not on the Jedi Council in Revenge of the Sith. Whereas in canon, Operancisis survived, so, I mean, it's unclear when Operancisis left the Jedi Council. Who knows when he left. Now, obviously, in Ethkoth, I don't think they ever killed Ethkoth in Legends. They killed him in canon, but after Revenge of the Sith, and they had this whole backstory where he left the Jedi Order early on, and it's interesting in Charles Soule comics, which we'll come back to. Now, I will say, oh, by the way, we don't know what happened to Coleman Kaj either, because actually in Legends and in canon, Coleman Kaj is unaccounted for. Like, there's not really much information on Coleman Kaj at all in Legends, and no information on Coleman Kaj, not much at all in canon either. But Coleman Kaj is believed to have survived Order 66, at least that's what the Grand Inquisitor thinks. So yeah, now, let's go back to the Charles Soule comics. I liked the characters of Kirik Infala and Farron Barr. I think they were fascinating. But what I would have liked, what I might have done if I'd written it, is maybe I would have had Yaro Poof take the place of Kirik Infala, and maybe Yaro Poof, after the Phantom Menace, left the Jedi Order and was in exile, took the Barash vow or something, and then was in exile, and then Darth Vader kills Yaro Poof and takes his lightsaber and bleeds the crystal to make the red lightsaber. And obviously, Yaro Poof, having been in exile for so long, would explain why he wasn't in the Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith. Now, I know the real reason why Yaro Poof was cut out of Attack of the Clones was because George Lucas was confused that Yaro Poof, a Quimerian, would be confused with the Kaminoans. I mean, I really don't think it's a big deal. They look different, and so what if they're get confused between them? Like, and obviously, you could have even just had them as the same species. Who cares? Like, but yeah. In terms of Yaddle, I actually would have had Yaddle take the place of Farron Barr. So instead of some random, disillusioned former Jedi Padawan, I would have had Yaddle had lost faith in the Jedi Order. Maybe Yaddle lost faith in Yoda and the Jedi Order, and maybe Yaddle really disliked Anakin Skywalker being allowed to train, so maybe Yaddle left the Jedi Order after the Phantom Menace, and then she was in exile for a while, and after Order 66, she learned what happened, and she's like, ha, I told you so, and she started manipulating King Char and became the Jedi that was behind the Mon Calamari attacks on the Empire, and then of course maybe Yaddle fights Darth Vader, and maybe Yaddle escapes and then appears in the Mandalorian or something. Like, it would have been nicer to have a connection, but I like the character of Farron Barr and Kirik Infala, but it would have been nicer to have a connection with someone we know, like if Yaddle knew Skywalker, and then like if Yaddle was the one who said, oh, he's Skywalker, and then, you know, had the comic arc be about her, then that would have been more interesting. Obviously, yeah, in terms of Evan Peel, actually, Evan Peel is one area where I guess canon actually did better than Legends. In that in canon, Evan Peel explicitly died in the Citadel. He was melted in lava after he had died. Whereas in Legends, Evan Peel survived, which doesn't account for the fact that Order 66, he survived Order 66 in Legends, which doesn't account for the fact that it wasn't on the Jedi Council in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, so... Yeah, but Evan Peel This guy, yeah, I would have had him survive the Citadel arc actually, and I would have had Evan Peel maybe in several more episodes of the Clone Wars, and then I would have had Evan Peel perhaps in the Son of Dathomir, and I would have animated the Son of Dathomir, and then I would have had Evan Peel maybe fight Darth Maul and Count Dooku, and then maybe Darth Maul kills Evan Peel in the Son of Dathomir. As for Alpha Rancisis, I would have had him take a more active role in the Clone Wars, and then maybe Alpha Rancisis dies at the hands of Darth Maul too, because I think Alpha Rancisis was originally supposed to be in the Son of Dathomir arc if it had been animated. With Adi Gallia, in Legends, she died at the hands of General Grievous, and in canon, she died at the hands of Savage Opress, both before Revenge of the Sith, and so she was accounted for. And I'm fine. I like both of her deaths in Legends and canon, because in Legends it just shows how much of a monster General Grievous is and how he's just able to kill these powerful Jedi like Adi Gallia. Whereas in canon, it shows how powerful Savage Opress has gotten under Darth Maul's training and how he's just able to effortlessly kill a Jedi Council member. Eth Koth, I like the arc that they did with him, although maybe I would have just killed him off in the Clone Wars episode with General Grievous, so maybe I would have had him kill Eth Koth when Eth Koth was captured, or maybe I would have had him die in some other way. Depa Billaba, she turned to the dark side in Legends, and then afterwards, Mace Windu brought her back to the Jedi Temple and had her recover, and it's presumed that she probably died in Order 66 while she was resting in the Jedi Temple. Whereas in canon, she was Caleb Doom's Kanan Jarrus's master, and then she died in Order 66. And I would have rather they just killed her completely. Like, that's something that Legends and canon both messed up, letting Depa Billaba live past what she should have. Like, they didn't kill her soon enough. I would have just killed off Depa Billaba sooner, so maybe I would have had Depa Billaba in the Season 2 Boba Fett arc, where Boba Fett is trying to kill Mace Windu, but he maybe kills Depa Billaba instead. Something like that. By accident, obviously, Boba Fett would have been trying to kill Mace Windu, but he would have accidentally killed Depa Billaba instead. Yeah, Revenge of the Sith. Wait, did I account for everyone? Yes. So yeah, so in Revenge of the Sith, a few final notes. In terms of Coleman Kaj, I would have actually put Coleman Kaj in the Charles Soules comic, and I would have had Coleman Kaj be the priest who's like, be the priest. And I would have had Darth Vader track down Coleman Kaj, who's now a priest, and then I would have had Darth Vader kill Coleman Kaj. And that would have accounted for Coleman Kaj's fate, because obviously Coleman Kaj was on the survivor list for Order 66, so maybe just, like, we just touched on that Order 66 survivor list once in the Darth Vader Charles Soule comics, and we didn't, actually twice, but we only touched on it once after Jocasta Nu's death, so we really maybe should have gone back to the list and then maybe had Darth Vader hunt down Coleman Kaj and kill him to put a tie up that loose end. With obviously Kit Fisto, Sazatin, and Agent Kolar all died at the hands of Darth Sidious. Ki-Adi-Mundi died on Mygeeto. Plo Koon got blown up on Cato Nemodia. Stas Ali died on Saleucami, and Shakti. I mean, Shakti has like a million deaths, but I would have had Shakti survive Order 66 actually. Also, with now for Caleb Doom, for Kanan Jarrus, I already said that I would have had Kanan Jarrus be one of the younglings from the Youngling arc, and I would have had his master be Plo Koon, because I think that would give Kanan Jarrus a double connection with Ahsoka. So if he's one of the younglings from the Youngling arc, then he already knows Ahsoka because he's worked with her when he went to create his lightsaber, and he already knows Hondo Ohnaka. Secondly, Kanan Jarrus, having been Plo Koon's Padawan, would have watched Plo Koon get blown up over Cato Nemodia, and then Kanan Jarrus would have struggled to survive, but Kanan Jarrus would have another connection with Ahsoka because Ahsoka was very close to Plo Koon because he's the one who found her on Shili. So, yeah, I would have made Kanan Jarrus' master Plo Koon. Oh, and one final thing. I'm going to end on a very dark note. You know how Luminar Unduli was killed and stuffed and mummified and used as a trap to lure Jedi to their doom? I would have had Katuni take that role instead. Remember, Katuni was the female youngling in the youngling arc in the Clone Wars. Remember, she was the female youngling. And I would have had her be the one captured and mummified and basically stuffed. And I would use her as a trap to lure Kanan Jarrus and Ezra Bridger and then have them meet the Grand Inquisitor that way. Because if I make Kanan Jarrus one of the younglings from the youngling arc, then that also means he knows Katuni and is very close to her. And of course, if he sees her that way, then it's just going to be a massive emotional impact to him as well. And of course, Hondo Ohnaka, once he hears about it, he's going to be sad too. And Ahsoka is going to be sad as well. So I would have done that. Down with the Jedi.